a comment about Professor Jordan Peterson. Over the Christmas break, Peterson lost his battle against the Ontario College of Psychologists, who took issue with his political commentary. Despite living in a world where academia has politicised every corner of our lives, including biological gender, the group took issue when Peterson refused to lie about biological sex, rejected the idea that the state could coerce a person's speech, he criticised climate change, and he even had a few choice words to say about Justin Trudeau's Canadian government. Now, labelling him as a disgrace, Peterson's proposed punishment was a toss-up between the loss of his licence or submission to a Maoist-style re-education course which, on paper at least, is meant to correct Peterson's thinking. In reality, it would entail a form of psychological torture that Peterson has said he would endure if only to expose the system.
I have 3 weeks to live. Oh, and I have COVID.
Of course, they let you out of jail because you're white. 2 weeks to live. Well, imagine if you were an Indigenous person who suffered with arthritis because they were in a disenfranchised POC neighborhood. Well, I'd say you probably only had bloody 2 days to live, so why don't you check your damn privilege?
That is, of course, meant to be a comedian's impersonation of what Peterson will look like after his re-education. Now, alternatively, said Peterson, no doubt trying to avoid his inevitable transformation into a rainbow jacket, I can tell my would-be masters to go directly to hell. They are so rapidly gathering around themselves and everyone else. Peterson twisted the knife in further, adding, and I quote, I'll play along, find out exactly what you will do now that you've been emboldened to do whatever it is in the darkest, resentful demons lurking in your evil, little, low-level administrative hearts most truly desire, even to your own detriment. I'll see how burdensome playing your pathetic game becomes, and I will publicise every single bit of it, end quote. And that's what this is. It is a mind game with the left. Peterson first came to my attention in 2016 when he was giving a speech at the University of Toronto, shouting furiously at the crowd, quote, free speech is the mechanism by which we keep our society functioning, end quote. He added, I know where this leads. I've studied totalitarianism for 4 decades and I know how it starts. How frightening then that 8 short years later, the same man is being re-educated out of his wrongthink. You have won, said Peterson, the battle, minions of the deep state, but you haven't won the war. Now, it is not only Peterson. Every employee and every student who has been forced to submit to a diversity and inclusion training program, everyone who has been told to put pronouns in their bio or had to sit through a welcome to country ceremony, we are all participants in the Marxist re-education program. And so, we all must fight on.
I studied totalitarianism for 4 decades, and I know how it starts.